If you don't know your mission, look at your desires. Look at what you want to experience, because when you are in alignment with desire and your mission, it'll come together and your life will start to form a purpose. Hey everyone, my name is Rob Durlich. I help demystify spirituality and amplify love. Today's video is to dive into a question I believe we should be asking of kids, we should be asking of teenagers, of young adults. We should always be asking this question through the various stages of our life, but we're not doing that. Often what we'll do is when the kid is young, and we all know this, it's our most famous question to any young child: what do you want to be when you grow up? And it's a cute question. It's a question of curiosity. It's a question that helps understand their interest and how their interests change from year to year, from season to season. And there's nothing inherently wrong with that. The problem is those kids grow up to be preteens and teenagers, and they're in our school system. And then they start to get the hints of, what college do you want to go to? What's your career? What does your career look like? Are you good at academics or aren't you? Kids start to have the pressure to fit into a certain paradigm, a certain academic, career-oriented paradigm, and it's hard to feasibly break out of that. And what happens is the question of, what do you want to do with your life, becomes the dominant question. And I think part of why, many reasons why, but teens struggle with anxiety is, one, what do you want to do is a heavy, heavy question. It's a hard question to ask when you're just trying to figure out life, especially life that I didn't grow up in. I have had the privilege of having two teenagers. They have a very different experience than I have, because I remember 1994, I'm in high school and the internet comes out, let alone having tablets and screens. Literally with everything that you do, all your interactions are through some sort of digital device. We have all this input of information we've never had before. And yet still the predominant question is, what do you want to do? And we get stuck in this trap. And even if you get through the teenage years into your 20s, this question still comes through. And even in my 40s, I still have these thoughts. What do I want to do? Some of us, we lock onto a career and we go all the way forward. We have crystal clear clarity. But most of us wrestle with this question for a very long time. A bunch of my friends are wrestling with this question. What do you want to do? So here is a better question to ask. And I wish we would do it when the kids are young and we'd open up a bigger possibilities. And here's the question. Better than what do you want to do? Which is focused on task, focus on an outcome, focus on a certain parameter, focus on a certain measure of success, certain attributes. And the question is this: that's better than what do you want to do? What do you want to experience in life? What do you want to experience? I've gone through a few different identity crises: crisis of faith, dark night of the soul, coming out of a deep, dark religious environment. I've had to reinvent my identity a few times, then going through a divorce. Who am I? Was at the core of that. And I always got trapped with, okay, I'm in my mid-30s. I just completed my college degree. What do I want to do? When I started asking the question, after going through a divorce, resetting my life yet again, had a decent job, but everything else was in turmoil. There's weeks where I didn't even see my kids. And I started to ask the question, What do I want to experience in this life? What do I want my life to look like from a place of experience when I am 40, 50, 60, 70 years old? I can't control what I want to do. Recently, I was laid off from my job. I thought I could make a career out of the place that I was employed. They said, no, you need to move to a different city to do your job. I said, no, I can't do that. Because these outcomes that we create for ourselves are not controlled by us. They're controlled by corporations. They're controlled by bosses. They're controlled by all of these other factors. We can't, in today's world, even plan out our career from start to finish. There will be curveballs and there'll be changes and there'll be adjustments. But what do I want to experience in the different stages of my life? I want you to ask yourself that question, because what this does, it gets into something that we need to add to what do you want to do. See, what you want to do gets into purpose. It gets into the things we want to accomplish, the things we want to do that might be good in the world. It might be beneficial. It might be full of significance. I want to be a doctor. I want to build houses in third world countries. Whatever, it might be the most noble thing, but it's still an action. It still has a mission component to it of accomplish this, do this task, do this task, do this task in order to feel fulfilled, to feel significant, to live out a sense of purpose in the world. And there's nothing wrong with that. But when we ask the question, what do you want to experience? What do I want to experience? We're bringing something into that equation, and that's called desire. See, in our Western culture, especially in the spiritual community, especially in the religious world, we are taught desire, no. And we equate desire with like service to pleasure, and even as far down the ranks of hedonism. We need to get away from that. Spirituality tells us to not be attached to those things. Those are temporal things, etc. But desire, I think, is deeper than that, and we miss it. We don't even factor it in. We think all our needs will be met by doing something. But yet desire comes from the depths of who we are. Let me unpack that really quick. What's the biggest thing that we desire? If you listen to my last two videos, and if you have, you'll know exactly what I'm going to say. The biggest desire that we have as humans is to be seen, to be known, to be held, to be loved. We break out all the different ways that we want to be seen in the world. If we backtrack all of it to its nucleus, it's love. We want to be loved. Even the guy that wants to be respected, to be, let's say, top of the company, of a Fortune 100 company, and that's what they work for. At the core of that is to be respected, to be noticed, yes, to have power, yes, to have wealth, all of those things, but to be loved in a very particular way. To go, I'm a CEO, but really at the core of that, when they say that and they get the respect, they get the ooh, ah, from that, it's to be loved. It just comes out in different ways. The core of all of that, of everything that we have, is to be loved. And what is love? Love is a desire, right? Now we can add other desires to that, things that we want to experience. I want to feel significant. I want to feel known. I want to feel seen by my spouse, by my partner. I want to have a family because I want to have connection to those that I love. I want to be close, to be bonded, to be a unit. I want to experience that feeling, that energy. I wish we teach our kids to start asking the question, what do you want to experience? Do you want to experience stress, working hard without any certain income? Okay, yes, maybe, right? Because hard work does eventually pay off. But maybe we add some other things to that. Do you want to experience joy? Do you want to experience living from a place of depth? Do you want to experience wonder? Do you want to live a life of magic, a possibility? What do you want to experience? Love. Do you want to experience love? Everybody would say yes to that. Everybody would say yes to that. Then why do we build out these parameters and paradigms of how we're supposed to live? And then we try to fit these desires into it. I want to be this, this, and this, and this. I want to do this, this, and this, and this. And then we try to fit love into that. Then we try to fit family into that. We try to fit significance into that. When what we do should be on the outside of those things. Should be a dance partner with our desire, the things that we want to experience, our purpose. And this is how I define purpose currently. Purpose equals mission, the to-do, the things that you want to accomplish, the things that you want to be. That is very true. There's not dismissing that at all. Purpose equals mission plus desire. Mission plus desire. They're dance partners. Let's get to the core first of what it is we need and want and desire as human beings. Connection, love, connection to God, connection to the universe, connection to family, to have significance, to have a feeling of well-being, to feel wonder, to watch magic happen in the world around us, to be free from anxiety and stress, to feel freedom in our body, in our emotions, in our spirits. You make your list. What do you want to experience? See, part of mine is I want to experience love. Okay? I want to experience freedom. Freedom's a big one. It's a high value for me. I want to experience freedom. The ability to not be attached to these systems that seem to try to control us. That's emotional freedom for me. That's spiritual freedom for me. That's financial freedom for me. Right? But I also want the desire of love. I want to be able to give my heart to someone and to be able to receive theirs, to have that spiritual and emotional and physical connection with somebody. I want all of these. This is what I want to experience. And I also have a deep sense of mission and purpose. Part of why I create these videos. I have to be in that to-do mindset. I have to be task-oriented to create these videos, to do the editing, to post them out to you guys. That's part of my mission, to demystify spirituality and amplify love, but I also have desire. All of this makes up what I want to experience. So I will leave you with this question. What is it? Take the to-do list away. Take the I want to be this, I want to be that. What is it that you want to experience? Take that question, grab some paper, your journal, and just sit with that. And then just free write the answers that come through. Tap into the depths of your soul, quiet your mind, tap into your soul, tap into your heart space, and write. And see what comes out. What is it you want to experience? What are the desires that also want to come through? You probably know your mission, or maybe you don't. And if you don't know your mission, look at your desires. Look at what you want to experience, because when you are in alignment with desire and your mission, it'll come together and your life will start to form a purpose, an objective. You'll start to get a little bit more clarity. What is it that you want to experience?